Celebrate life, 'cause it's in me.
Got the giggles. Okay, in this training today, in this fitting video. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about going from fat to fit. This is something that I've done, something that a lot of my clients have done, and I'm going to share with you today how you actually do this and my guide to it. So, the first thing is you need to be in a calorie deficit, whether you've had a coach, potentially write you up a meal plan. It doesn't matter what is on that meal plan, you will be in a deficit. You cannot, counteract thermogenics. You will be in a deficit and you need to be in one. I'm actually going to pop a link in the description below for a calculator to be able to work out what your deficit calories need to be. That's from Ben Coomber and Awesome Supplements. I highly recommend. So use that calculator, figure out from there where you're going to be at. That's going to give you a rough guide in terms of your deficit, what you need in order to drop your body fat. Second thing I'm going to say is get your steps in. This is something that's overrated. There's a lot of people out there that say, getting your steps in doesn't count as cardio, it's not this, it's not that. But there's so many benefits to it. So if you can get out amongst nature, getting your fresh air, that's brilliant, especially if you've been in, say, a 9-to-5 job, cooped up in an office all day. To actually get out and about is going to be good for you. And it's really good for mental health. And it does burn calories. It helps get you again into that deficit, which is ultimately what we want. And I find myself, in terms of get the steps in, as a bit of a side note, if there's maybe an album of music I want to listen to, just put my headphones in, get on with that. Sometimes I even take friends along, clients, and you have a bit of a catch up, have a chat, and it's really nice. And again, that's something that you can do as opposed to, say, going for a run where talking and communicating is a bit more difficult. Yes, you don't burn as many calories as you would, say, on a run, and it would take you longer to burn that amount of calories off than it would, say, on a run. But unless you're at an extremely fit point, are you really going to be running every day? Walking is something that you can do sustainably. You can do it every day. You can even do it multiple times a day, and it's not going to have that impact on your joints that, say, running or something high impact like HIIT workout would, even if it isn't the best for time consuming. So very important, get your steps in. Third thing, if you're not part of a gym at the moment and you're not on any sort of muscle building program, why not? What you want to do is get some weights shifted, because when you actually drop the body fat, you'll have dense tissue underneath. So you're not just going to turn skinny, you're going to actually have a nice muscular tone physique underneath, which is something that has happened with a lot of my clients when I've took them through. Because even if they're on a higher body fat percentage, they're doing that resistance work. So when that body fat comes down, there's a hard, dense physique underneath, which is ultimately what we want. So the fourth point that is so important in life anyway, but crucial when it comes to the gym, is it's criminal if you don't follow this tip. You need to be getting in a pattern with your sleep. You need to have a set bedtime, set wake up time, and stick to them. The other thing as well, now I will be doing a separate video around sleep, but you don't just want to be napping as well during the day. If you are, just short little naps, 20-30 minutes here and there. You don't be napping for hours on end, because that knackers your sleep 4 on a night. So once those patterns get interfered with, it's very hard to get back on track, and that links in with having cravings, feeling lethargic, and so on. The other thing, so point number 5, is stay hydrated. You really need to make sure that if you've been in deficit for a long time, you really need to be keeping hydrated, to be essentially as well keeping your stomach full with water, for example, around meal times. If you see you've got some cravings, you want to, have a big meal or something, but it doesn't fit in with your calories, but you've got that craving, just be having that water to fill the stomach up, so you're actually going to be able to eat less. That's really important. And water in general has so many benefits in terms of, your muscles are about 70% water anyway, so you need to be keeping them fueled and, raring to go. So the last thing I'll say, and this is such an important point, and it applies to anything that you want to do, whether it's self-development, whether it's dropping body fat, gaining muscle, whatever it might be, you have to be consistent. Consistency is key to everything in life. If you're not ticking those boxes daily for weeks on end, you aren't going to see the results you want. Even if you have, say, a smaller goal, you maybe just want to, just drop a dress size or something like that. It's not a whole body transformation in the sense of maybe 50 pounds or something. You still need to be consistent. You're still going to have to put in, say, a month's work or so to be able to hit that goal. It's really that important in terms of your consistency. It's really key and something that unfortunately is very overlooked. In addition to the consistency side of things, how you look is a reflection on how you are. So if you are out of shape, linked with that will most likely be laziness, a lack of confidence, and generally feeling lethargic. But when you see guys and girls that are in shape, they've had grit and discipline. They will most likely have a better quality of life. They will probably be thriving in, say, business. They could be doing really well in their job. It really does have that crossover. How you look does link into being a reflection of yourself and links in with that consistency. If you've been consistent for a long period of time, eating badly and not gymming and not taking care of yourself, that's why you look like you do. So be prepared to put some work in, get some grit and discipline, and if you need help, just reach out. Thank you.
Celebrate